Yes. Ooh, that thing thick, huh? All of that is love, honey. Love, love, love. In the words of Emerald Lagasse, oh yeah, babe. Right now, I have some two bags of turnip greens that I have put in this big pot, and I'm gonna fill this big pot up with cold water. Now, what this is going to do is I'm gonna boil the greens in cold water. Hold on, John, for 1 hour, and that's gonna uncover. So boil them in cold water for 1 hour, uncover, and that's gonna take away the bitterness of the turnip greens. So once this gets enough cold water in it, I'm going to set it on the stove and let it come to a boil and boil it for 1 hour before I start adding my seasonings in. Here I have my big cast iron skillet, and I've placed some olive oil at the bottom, and I am going to put in some washed turkey wings. I just got 2 big washed turkey wings, and I'm going to season both sides of the turkey wings, and then I'm going to sear them before I bake them in the oven. Alright, so let me get my seasonings out. Just giving y'all a little peek at the turkey wings. They are not done yet, but ooh, they are already looking real scrumptious, y'all. Real scrumptious. Yes. I am going to season the front or each side, so the front side and the back side, with some plain old good old Lawry seasoned salt. Then I'm going to add in some garlic powder, and then don't be shy with your seasonings. Then some nice cracked black pepper, some onion powder. I got this Mrs. Dash chicken grilling blend that I'm adding in. I mean, it should be good for turkey too. And then a little bit of ground paprika. Alright, so I'm going to turn the turkey wings over and do the exact same thing on the other side. Lawry seasoned salt, garlic powder, cracked black pepper, onion powder, some Mrs. Dash chicken grilling seasoning, and some paprika. And now we are ready to put these right on the stove and sear them before we place them in a 350-degree oven. Alright, so I got my turkey wings on the eye, and I just turned my eye on pretty high, and I'm just going to wait for the crackling sound of the chicken, well, turkey skin to start, you know, crisping up and browning, and then I'm going to turn them over. I'm going to show you guys when I turn them over. You can see how beautifully brown they're going to be before I put them in the oven. So I turned it over, and you can see it has some nice color on the front. And I added some of this chicken broth that, can y'all see that? This chicken broth that I got from the chicken that I roasted the other night. I actually boiled down the carcass and made some chicken broth. So now this is actually ready to go into the oven for 1 hour. So I'm going to turn off the stove and put it into the oven for 1 hour. me pour off all of that initial water liquid, I let the greens boil uncovered for about 50 minutes. And then I poured that water off, and now the greens should not have any bitterness to them anymore. Now, this is a Thursday night turnip greens. This is not Sunday turnip greens. So I'm not cutting up anything fresh to put in here. I'm actually, you know, this is a weeknight green type situation. So I'm just going to put some homemade chicken broth in here and some nice seasoning. So here's my homemade chicken broth. Even can see some little pieces of chicken in there. And I'm going to let it cook in this chicken broth for, let's say, about 20 minutes. And then I'll taste it and add in salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, and whatever else it needs. Sometimes, sometimes I even add in a little bit of butter. So I'm going to put this on for 20 minutes and come right back. Time to make the fried corn. So what I have here is, I don't know how much corn, however much covered this big skillet. And I added about a half a stick of Earth Balance vegan butter. And now I'm adding, because side note, I would normally use regular butter, but again, I'm trying to stay away from dairy right now. So I'm going to add some of this heavy whipping cream in as well. This is the Silk Heavy Whipping Cream alternative. So it's really thick. So I'm just adding it. Ooh, that thing thick, huh? That should be good for now. If I need some more, I have more in the refrigerator. So again, this is just Earth Balance butter and heavy whipping cream. And I'm going to turn this on, let the butter melt down, the cream get all in with the corn, and then I'll just add some salt and pepper. Just salt and pepper. That's what my mother-in-law says. Just salt and pepper. I went ahead and turned over the turkey wings, and I'm just going to bake them on the other side for probably another 10 minutes. Then I'm going to remove them from this cast iron skillet and use the cast iron skillet to make some good old gravy. Be back when I'm ready to do that. I tasted the greens and they are ready for seasoning, so I'm going to add in some salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and then I'll taste again and see if I need to add anything else. And I'm probably going to add that Earth Balance vegan butter. Again, I would normally add regular butter, but staying away from dairy right now. Okay? Okay. Added in my seasonings and a half a stick of my Earth Balance vegan butter. Gonna let this simmer for maybe another 5 to 10 minutes, then taste again, season again, and we'll go from there. I want y'all to get a nice look at this buttery, golden deliciousness. Woo! Yes, 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 honey. This is gonna be a treat. For real a treat, because it is not low carb, but hey, it's less carbs than pasta. So I ain't made macaroni and cheese, so alright, I'm gonna season this up a little bit and we gonna keep on going, keep it moving. Turkey wings are out of the oven. I want to show you both sides. So here is the, I guess that's like the back side of the turkey wing. Yes. And then this is the front side of the turkey wing. I'm trying to do this with one hand. And they are looking really, really good. Really, really, really good. So what I'm going to do right now is remove these from the pan, and I'm going to make some gravy to go over them. Alright, here we go. So I've got my skillet. I removed the turkey wings, and now I'm just pouring in 1 cup of some unsalted store-bought chicken broth. And I'm going to turn the heat on high. And I got my whisk here, and I'm just going to whisk the chicken broth and the bits that came from the turkey wings, because all of that is like really good flavor. And so I'm going to whisk it all together, and then I'm going to add in that gravy packet. I might have to add in some more chicken broth, but we'll see. So for now, I'm just whisking and getting all of those good bits from the bottom of the skillet so that I can make a nice, beautiful gravy. All right, I'll be back. We are simmering, and now I'm just gonna add in this turkey gravy packet. And I'm gonna whisk that in. I'm trying to do this with one hand. You don't want any lumps, at least not any big lumps. So if I have to add a little more chicken broth, I will. But we're gonna try just with what we have now, because I also don't want my gravy to be too thin. So I'm gonna whisk this all together. And when I come back, I'll show y'all what it looks like. It looks like I might have to add a little more chicken broth. Let's see. I'll come back and show you. Added in a little more chicken broth, probably about a half a cup more. Added in a splash of my dairy-free cream. And added in some of that Earth Balance vegan butter. And yes, honey. Yeah, look at this here. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Yes, look at those bubbles. Yes. All of that is love, honey. Love, love, love. Okay, I'm going to let this thicken up. And believe it or not, now it's time for me to make my son's dinner. So while this is thickening, I'm going to make my son's dinner. But I'm going to quickly show you everything else. Here are my turnip greens. They are delicious. Super delicious. My husband likes his turnip greens pretty soft, so some of you may feel like, oh, those look kind of soft, but he likes them soft. So hopefully, you know, if you decide to use this recipe, you can get them to the texture that you like. And then here is that beautiful fried corn, and oh my goodness, it is just a sweet delight. I added a little bit, a tiny bit, like maybe a quarter of a teaspoon of some Truvia, just to give it some sweetness to go with that creaminess and saltiness. And it is so delicious, so delicious. So I'm going to show you the plate when everything is done. I'll come back with the plate with the turnips, the turkey wings, the corn, and the gravy. All right, I'll be back. In the words of Emerald Lagasse, oh yeah, babe. Oh yeah, babe. There we go.